Using laziness to your advantage, the 20-second rule. We all have a lazy streak. It's a natural part of human nature, an evolutionary trait that once helped us conserve energy for survival. In our modern world, however, this innate laziness often leads us to overindulge in bad habits and neglect beneficial ones. But what if we could harness this laziness and turn it into a force for positive change? Enter the 20-second rule, a simple yet powerful strategy that can transform your habits and boost your productivity. Understanding our default behaviors. Before we dive into the 20-second rule, it's crucial to understand the concept of default behaviors. In technology, a default is the way something works when you first start using it. We all have default behaviors, actions we perform almost on autopilot, without conscious thought. These defaults can be positive, like automatically reaching for a book before bed, or negative, like mindlessly scrolling through social media whenever we have a free moment. The key is to recognize that these defaults aren't set in stone. Just as we can change the settings on our devices, we can adjust our behavioral defaults. The birth of the 20-second rule. The 20-second rule was conceived by Shawn Achor, author of The Happiness Advantage. Achor's personal struggle with habit change led him to a profound realization: the smallest barriers can make the biggest difference in our behavior. Achor wanted to play his guitar more often and watch less TV. Despite his best intentions, he found himself consistently defaulting to TV watching. The guitar, tucked away in his closet, remained untouched. The simple act of getting the guitar out of the closet, a task that took merely 20 seconds, was enough to deter him from playing. His solution? He placed the guitar on a stand in the living room, making it immediately accessible. Simultaneously, he removed the batteries from his TV remote and placed them in another room. These small changes had a dramatic effect. Suddenly, playing the guitar became the path of least resistance, while watching TV required extra effort. The science behind the 20-second rule. The 20-second rule works because it taps into a fundamental aspect of human behavior. We tend to choose the path of least resistance, especially when we're tired, stressed, or feeling lazy. This tendency is rooted in our brain's desire to conserve energy. Psychologists refer to the effort required to start a task as activation energy. The higher the activation energy, the less likely we are to begin the task, particularly when we're not feeling our best. By manipulating the activation energy required for different activities, we can nudge ourselves towards better habits and away from undesirable ones. Implementing the 20-second rule in your life. The beauty of the 20-second rule lies in its simplicity and versatility. Here are some expanded examples of how you can apply this principle to various areas of your life. Boosting physical activity. Gym visits. Choose a gym that's on your daily route. The closer it is to your home or workplace, the lower the activation energy required to go there. Home workouts. Set up a dedicated workout space in your home. Keep your exercise equipment visible and easily accessible. Morning runs. Sleep in your running clothes and place your running shoes by your bed. When you wake up, you're already halfway prepared. Zweite improving Diät. Healthy snacking. Place fruits and vegetables at eye level in your fridge, while storing less healthy options in opaque containers or hard-to-reach places. Meal prep. Spend time on weekends preparing healthy meals for the week. When you're tired after work, a nutritious meal is just a microwave beep away. Water intake. Keep a filled water bottle within arm's reach at all times. The easier it is to hydrate, the more likely you are to do so. Dritte enhancing productivity. Workspace setup. Create a dedicated workspace that's free from distractions. Have all necessary tools within easy reach. Digital declutter. Organize your computer desktop and smartphone home screen. Place work-related apps front and center, while moving distracting apps to folders or secondary screens. Task initiation. Break down large projects into smaller, more manageable tasks. The lower activation energy for these smaller tasks makes it easier to get started. Vierte cultivating hobbies. Reading. Keep books in visible, easily accessible places around your home. Remove the TV remote from the living room to make reading the easier choice. Learning a language. Set your smartphone's language to the one you're learning, making practice an unavoidable part of your day. Creative pursuits. Set up a small area in your home dedicated to your creative hobby, with all necessary tools readily available. 5. Improving sleep habits. Bedtime routine. Place a book on your nightstand and charge your phone in another room. This makes reading before bed easier and scrolling through your phone harder. Wake up routine. Put your alarm clock, or phone if you use it as an alarm, across the room. This forces you to get out of bed to turn it off, making it harder to hit snooze. 6. Reducing digital distractions. Social media. Delete social media apps from your phone. If you need to use them, access them through your web browser, adding an extra step to the process. Email management. Turn off email notifications and set specific times to check your inbox. This reduces the temptation to constantly monitor messages. Screen time. Use apps or built-in phone features to set limits on your daily app usage. Once you hit the limit, accessing the app requires extra steps. The power of incremental change. The 20-second rule demonstrates the power of small, incremental changes. By slightly altering our environment, we can significantly impact our behavior over time. This approach is particularly effective because it doesn't rely on willpower alone, a finite resource that can be quickly depleted. Instead, the 20-second rule creates an environment where good habits are the path of least resistance. It's about working with your lazy tendencies rather than constantly fighting against them. Overcoming potential challenges. While the 20-second rule is a powerful tool, it's not without its challenges. Here are some potential obstacles you might face and how to overcome them. Forgetting to set up your environment. Make setting up your environment part of your routine. For instance, prepare your workout clothes every evening for the next morning. Reverting to old habits. If you find yourself slipping back into old patterns, reassess your setup. You might need to add more barriers to undesired behaviors or further reduce friction for desired ones. Lack of consistency. Remember, habit formation takes time. Be patient with yourself and focus on progress, not perfection. Environmental constraints. If you can't make physical changes, e.g., in a shared living space, get creative. Use technology, time blocking, or mental tricks to create your 20-second advantages. Beyond the 20-second rule, creating a holistic approach to habit change. While the 20-second rule is a powerful standalone technique, it's even more effective when combined with other habit formation strategies. Habit stacking. Attach new habits to existing ones. For example, if you always make coffee in the morning, use that time to also take your vitamins. Implementation intentions. Create specific plans for when and where you'll perform a habit. After I finish dinner, I will immediately wash the dishes, is more effective than, I'll do the dishes sometime tonight. Habit tracking. Use a habit tracker to monitor your progress. The visual representation of your streak can be a powerful motivator. Reward systems. Create small rewards for sticking to your new habits. This positive reinforcement can help cement the behavior. Accountability partners. Share your goals with a friend or family member who can check in on your progress and offer support. Conclusion. Embracing your lazy side for positive change. The 20-second rule teaches us that laziness isn't necessarily a flaw to be overcome, but a natural tendency that can be harnessed for positive change. By strategically manipulating our environment, we can make good habits easier and bad habits harder, effectively putting our lazy tendencies to work for us rather than against us. Remember, the goal isn't to eliminate laziness entirely, that's neither possible nor desirable. Instead, it's about creating an environment where your default behaviors align with your goals and values. By reducing friction for positive habits and increasing it for negative ones, you can gradually reshape your behavior without relying solely on willpower or motivation. As you implement the 20-second rule in your life, be patient and kind to yourself. Habit change is a journey, not a destination. Celebrate your successes, learn from your setbacks, and continually refine your approach. With time and consistent effort, you'll find that your lazy choices are increasingly aligned with your aspirations, leading to a more productive, healthier, and happier life. So, embrace your inner lazy person. With the right strategy, it might just be the key to unlocking your full potential.